Guys, what a crazy week it has been. I hope you are surviving this liquidation crash, this trading scandal that happened over the last week or so. Been so busy behind the scenes. So I need to keep you guys updated with what I'm doing now. Are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? What are you doing, etc.? What's your strategy? Trump hit $1. I think it came even lower than this, but it's showing on TradingView as 170. I think it came down to like 130 or 140. Absolutely insane. Altcoins got absolutely decimated in that sell-off. This is one of the reasons I was selling, right? I done this video, you can see here why I'm selling my crypto altcoins 2025. So this was my second sell. So as you guys know, I have 3 sells each cycle. Okay, so I have my first sell, which was March 2024. So I sold around 30% of my portfolio. Why? Because the market had done this, right? And that's pretty much where most altcoins actually ended up topping. So March 24, and then this video we're watching now, that's the weirdest 2 I've ever drawn, but the second one was January 2025. So the clip I'm about to show you is January 2025, where I took some more profits off the table. Just listen to this as I'm talking about the Trump token. Out of it, right? So President Trump launched a meme coin. Now this is definitely on my flag. Okay, so is this a box that's ticked? Yes. Why? Because these are the sort of things you look back in the bear market and go, wow, Trump launched a meme coin. I should have realized that was a signal for me to take profits. Okay, that was peak euphoria. Sometimes in crypto, what you have is a sell the news event. Okay, so there's a lot of crypto currency projects, including Bitcoin, Ethereum, etc., will run based on speculation. The space loves speculation, and when the event actually comes, that is the point where people are like, "Oh, it's here now. This is boring. Trump's president. He's launched a meme coin. We haven't got a strategic reserve information. Oh, I'm going to take some profits off the table," right? It's the speculation that drives the price up. And when that speculation, and sometimes you get a sell the news event. If you those are here last cycle, if you saw Doge, we were all excited for Elon to go on TV. I think he was on SNL, and everyone was like, the whole world's going to find out about Doge, it's going to rocket to the moon, it's going to hit $2, and that was actually a sell the news event, right? And we were planning to short it, and I didn't end up shorting it. I missed it, and I kicked myself. I was shorting some other stuff. It was crazy times. Everything was pumping and dumping, but the plan was to sell, and it would have been a great decision, right? Because that was the top of Doge last. So yeah, as you can pretty much see there, guys, I'm basically just saying, like, you know, the speculation is what carries these things, and it's the hype, and it's brand new, it's Trump, it's the coin. When in reality, you're literally in the top, and it tends to dump. And crypto has become more of a pump and dump space, especially this cycle. We're definitely seeing these things happen faster than they did last cycle. And last cycle, there was only around 3,000 altcoins, right? I think we're probably pushing 30 million altcoins this cycle, which you can't even get into how much of a difference that is. We don't have that funnel coming in anymore where loads of retail come in. There's only a few they can choose from. BNB, everyone is shilling the main top ones, BNB, Matic, ADA. And the money gets funneled into these projects, which is why the market caps had such explosive growth. We don't have that this cycle, and we have so much to choose. So many KOLs are shilling new tokens, you know. James Wynn is shilling Moonpig one day and another coin the other, and everyone buys Moonpig, it pumps and then it dumps and then they buy the new one. There's this constant liquidity rotation, and now we also have the Trumps in the game as well, and we're seeing liquidity go to some of those camps. So crazy to see. The price of Trump when I made this video was $41, and it's absolutely insane that it went to 1.7. So I mean, you know, if you had $100,000 in there, wiped. It's pretty much gone, right? Your entire bag of Trump is gone. You know, if you had $1 million in there, man, you just like you'd be on what, a few K from $1 million? That's absolutely disgusting. So absolutely wrecked. This is one of the reasons I took profits, guys, right? I posted on my Twitter saying I sold Trump at $68 and it came down to $1.50. I got a Rolex, so you probably saw I actually took profits out of the market, brought a Rolex. It has some gold on it. That's gone up in value, so I've made some money off the Rolex. It's a little bit of an investment, and I always wanted a Rolex. As you guys know, I'm literally a delivery van driver 5 years ago, and I wanted the Louis V bag and the Rolex. I'm not buying loads of material things. I just had to tick these off the box, guys. I really wanted a house, which I got, a property that I got, a Rolex, the bag. I just basically ticked everything I wanted to do off the box. And now all of my money's going pretty much into stocks and investing and trying to make more money, right? So really, really crazy. We made huge gains on that Trump run. We got in at 22, so we got in quite early. You have to get in early into these things. That we got in, I think we got in day one, and it was already like 68 within a few days. And I made around 10x on that. I just took the profits, guys. Got out of the market, and we ended up shorting. I actually ended up taking a short on it and making even more money on the way down. Shorted Melania as well, and I think Melania might have gone down 99%. But I took profits on my Melania short. I think I shorted Melania at $10. Let's actually check that live. I shorted it around $10.38, and I think it came down, oh my days, it came down to 11 cents, guys. I think someone did actually post on my Twitter saying that, someone posted saying that here we go, yeah, here it is. Here's my Melania short. Look at the entry price, guys, $10.343. And I was posting the gains at $2.40, and someone posted saying I would have made, I think, a 1000x or something on that short. Yeah, it's crazy, absolutely crazy, guys. So I took some profits, went short, we made an absolute killing, and it's just a reminder to you guys of how quickly this space can change, right? Loads of people were buying Melania at $10, and it's now 1000x away from ever getting back to where it was. We pretty much got rugged on these meme coins here from the presidency, which is insane to even think about. But do you see how at the time when I was selling, it was the euphoria? It was, oh, these coins are the president's coins. They're going to do this, they're going to do that. When in reality, that's actually the time to sell and take profit. So if you did hold Trump to the ground, hey, look, I'm sorry you lost money. I'm sorry for everyone that lost money. I don't want anyone to lose any money. But hey, teach it as a lesson. Everyone has to go through this. We all have to go through these lessons. And, especially those who had an attachment to Trump, who really worship Trump and believe in him, they would have held their bags all the way down, believing that Trump is going to take them to, Valhalla, when in reality, money rules, right? So teach it as a lesson. We don't lose in this space. We learn. And don't get me wrong, I've done well this cycle, but I made some big mistakes in my first cycle. I lost a lot of money in my first cycle. I wasn't doing what I am now. I wasn't trading with 0.5% and 1%. I was putting in 10% into certain trades, guys, which is insane to even think about. If I had a 100k portfolio, I would have been putting 10k into a specific play, which I would never do now, right? Because I could be wrong, right? I could be wrong. And am I prepared to lose 10% of my portfolio? No way. If I have conviction on a play and I put in 1% and I'm wrong, hey, I've still got 99% of my money left, right? So yeah, really good to reflect on this. If you haven't watched this video, go and watch it, because I pretty much gave about 10 to 15 reasons why altcoins are about to collapse, and they completely collapsed. We'll go through this one day. I was looking at the smart money data. I could see the smart money had run out. Maybe we'll go through this one day and we'll look at some of the things that I was looking at. This is another thing I talked about, right? I said, look, Trump and Melania have sucked the liquidity out of altcoins. This means no one has any money left. And then altcoins completely collapse shortly after this, right? When you see this red from altcoins, when there's a new token launch, it means that people don't have dry powder on the side. They don't have cash to buy Trump, so they're selling their other altcoins to go and buy Trump and trying to make some money. And then they ended up losing everything on buying those new altcoins, right? It's a rotation of capital. So what else did I do with my money? So I bought a Rolex from the Trump coin sell, and then I invested some money into the stocks challenge. So January this year, 2025, I started a new stocks portfolio challenge, and it's now up 317% since we sold Trump. crazy, guys. So I invested $35,000 into the stocks portfolio. Every single stock we bought is one, so everything's in profits. Not one single stock ended up in has made a loss. 35k. So I invested 35k, and it's now 157k, but I have 10k cash on the side. So if you had have copied me with this portfolio, you would also have 147k if you started with 35k. If you followed me with 3.5k, you would have 14.7k right now. And if you had $350 invested, you would have 1,470. Now, I think this portfolio is going to 10x at least from here. I think it's going to do a lot more than that, but I think it's going to 10x from here over the next 2, 3, 4 years. And obviously, a 10x on 147k is going to be 1.4 million. A 10x on 14k is going to be 140k. So, turning 3.5k into potentially 140k would be absolutely insane, right? And then a 10x on this would be 11,470. So, look, do you understand how money makes money here? If I'm 10x this, it's 1.4 million. If you 10x this, it's like, 11,000. Money makes money, but we all do have to start out somewhere. A lot of people are probably going to say, oh, this is a Photoshop, this isn't real. So I do post videos, guys, because a lot of you call me out saying Photoshop. You can see here, I posted this where you can see in real time. It's on my phone in my eToro app. And we in 9 months, look, profit $110,000 in 9 months. So, it just goes to show this used to take me 2 years to make, working. And now it's just excess profit from my investments, right? So it just shows you how fast money can be made. And why was I buying stocks here? Why did I sell my Trump? Because Melania was here, guys, right? When we started to take profits out of this, Melania was here, okay? And I could see that this was coming, right? I could see that we were about to get rugged by the insiders, by the Trumps, and I took profits off the table. And stocks at the time, so quantum computing, I went into a lot of quantum computing, was actually down 50%, okay? So it was the perfect transition. Crypto had just done this, right? Some of the stocks that I was watching and I wanted to buy had just done this. So I take profits from the pump, right? I was up 10x on that Trump long. I take profits from the pump, and then I look to buy other assets that are down, that are undervalued, right? And then we caught the reverse. Not only that, the SMC bot was giving buy signals on these. So I bought IonQ. The SMC bot was given a buy signal. The SMC bot was given a buy signal on D-Wave, and then the SMC bot was given a buy signal on. This is D-Wave as well. These are both D-Wave. Rigetti. I haven't got Rigetti queued up here, but it was Rigetti, D-Wave, and IonQ. I didn't take these signals, but I was watching for a pullback, and then we had the Trump pump, and then I was like, this is the perfect opportunity. And I'm really excited to see where this portfolio is going to go, guys. It's not like crypto stocks. So if you've seen the stock market, we have a massive disparity at the moment in crypto. Crypto has become very degenerate this cycle, much more degenerate than it was last cycle, mainly because of the pump fund culture that we've seen. There's kind of this mentality in crypto right now, which is buy early, okay, buy in early before the pump, and then take profits and get out. Just exactly what we did on the Trump play, right? We got in early. We was in day one. We knew we were early. We knew that a lot of the world was still asleep when we actually got into it. And we knew that we were up 10x, right? We just made 10x in like a few days or a week. And what's going to happen when people make large amounts of money in a very short amount of time? They're going to take profits. We knew that there was loads of insiders in the token, and we knew that it was highly likely it was going to dump. So there's this kind of culture, and I'm a part of the culture myself, right? I say to my guys in my group, guys, if I'm not early, I'm not interested, right? Early or skip. I want to get in early, and I want to take profits off the table, and look to diversify into maybe stocks or real estate or whatever, try and spread my eggs. Now, there's been a massive culture shift. Well, stocks has always been by the dip, but this cycle specifically, we've seen the complete opposite of what we've seen in crypto. We've seen buy the dip mentality get out of control. In the tariff crash, when they tried to shake a lot of people out of the market, it was actually retail who were buying most of the crash, right? So usually retail sell the bottom, and are scared out of the market. It was actually retail who were buying this time. Retail are 100% getting smarter, well, specifically in stocks. You could argue retail are getting smarter in crypto because we're so used to VCs dumping on us that now we are just making money and getting out straight away, right? So you could argue retail are getting smarter in both. Now, retail are getting smarter in by the dip because usually they sell the bottom, the institutions and smart money come in and they buy the bottom and then they sell it to retail up here, where it's the other way around right now. Retail brought the tariff dip, right? I think we are retail, right? So we were buying the tariff dip, and we pretty much nailed that tariff dip. And it was institutions that started to flock in later, right? We started to see even Berkshire Hathaway started to come back into the market after retail were massively up. So we are seeing them get smarter. Stocks are trending like this over time, right? Stocks are trending like this. If you go and have a look at Palantir, go and have a look at Nvidia, go and have a look at Netflix, Facebook, stocks tend to do this over time, whereas altcoins tend to do this and then tend to do this over time, right? So we've got two different markets here. And for me, it's great, right? Because I love volatility. I'm a swing trader. So when I get this in crypto, what my strategy is to do now is to take profits, look for a stock that's been going up over time, but is actually having a 50% or a 40, 30% pullback, and then look to diversify into some of that, especially as we go into this stock mentality where it's buy the dip, buy and hold. People are literally just taking their wages and putting 20%, 30% of their wages into stocks. The beautiful thing I love about stocks right now is even the KOLs in the market are, hey, stocks just go up over time as long as you're buying decent stocks with decent investing and decent strategies, decent earnings and revenues. They just tend to go up over time. And even the KOLs in the space buy on green days. Now, I refuse to do that. And I think that's one of the reasons that our portfolio is outperforming nearly most of the stocks, guys, is because we literally wait for pullbacks, right? I said, guys, I'm taking some profits from Trump, I'm taking some profits from altcoins, and I'm starting this new stocks challenge because it's down 30%, 40%. Some of the stocks that I wanted to buy were actually down 50%. And that's what I'm going to continue to do for the rest of the stocks market. I'm not going to buy green days. Yes, I agree with a lot of these people that stocks do tend to go up over time, but I'm just not going to buy green days, right? I have the discipline to wait for a red day. Why? Because red days always come. Red weeks always come. The stock market doesn't go up forever. There's always going to be corrections. There's always going to be FUD. There's always going to be black swan events. There's always going to be wars. And it's just having that patience to buy red days. Well, I think we're going to outperform a lot of the stocks guys. I think we're even outperforming Ray Dalio. I think we're outperforming Warren Buffett. We're outperforming a lot of those guys, and I'm confident on this. Now, obviously, anything can happen, guys. All of these companies could go into liquidation overnight. I could lose all of my money. That's a part of the risk. That's why I'm buying companies that have investments from BlackRock and have solid fundamentals, and also a huge market, which we're going to talk about in a second. So yeah, that's my strategy. I wait for blood in the markets, I wait for red, and then I start to buy and I start to DCA. And I'm really excited to see where we can take stocks. I think the next 5 to 10 years in stocks, guys, is going to be absolutely crazy. If you think about how many people just made life-changing money in Nvidia, and all they had to do was buy and hold, and Netflix, buy and hold, and Tesla, buy and hold, and Spotify, and Uber. All of these companies, all they had to do is buy and hold, which is why this culture is becoming stronger and stronger and stronger. Whereas Ethereum, for example, is still not even breaking its all-time high. So people have been holding it for 4 years, 5 years, and it's still at the same price it was 4 years ago. So they're actually down to inflation. If you look at some of the altcoins, Chainlink, for example, is roughly the same price it was 5 years ago. So, holding Chainlink for 5 years, you're at a loss to inflation. And even if it does push up 10, 20, 30%, if you factor in inflation, you still haven't really made any money. And then what? We're going to go into a bear market for 4 years. So you're talking about 9 years before you start to try and push a new high. And then you're asking yourself, where is this going to be in 9 years? Is it going to have this parabolic move to the upside, or is it just going to do a 20% over the previous all-time high? We need to really think about this market, guys. And I do think Bitcoin, and I do think projects like A-Star are going to be around for a long time. I'm really interested in revenue generating businesses going into the next crypto cycle. But I am questioning whether I want to put in as much money as I initially did, especially with quantum computing growing so fast, having so many developments. That's going to be some new FUD that we're going to have in the coming cycle. We do have to question it. And gold just went up $10 trillion in market cap. I posted this on my Twitter recently. Gold went up $10 trillion in market cap, but BTC went up 1.1 trillion. I can't find the tweet right now, but BTC went up 1.1 trillion. So gold went up almost 90% more in market cap than BTC did. And you have to think about what's changed this cycle. I mean, even with Ethereum, right? I posted saying the ETH price last cycle was higher than it is now with no ETF. Okay, so there's no ETF last cycle and we were still higher. No BlackRock. Think about how much BlackRock have been on the news, on Bloomberg, saying sell gold, buy Bitcoin. We think it's going to be the new gold. Yet gold still went up over the last 12 months 9 times more. Even though it went up 50% in price, it went up 9 times more in market cap than it did than Bitcoin did. No Tom Lee, okay? No Robinhood, no eToro, no DAT, so digital asset treasuries, no pro crypto SEC, no pro crypto president. Does this not concern you? Okay, does this not concern you? Think how much adoption we've had. Think how many institutions have bought Ethereum this cycle, and the price is still lower than it was last cycle when we had very few institutions were holding Ethereum, right? So we've had all of this new capital come in, and we're talking about billions and billions of dollars. I think Tom Lee has bought over $10 billion in Ethereum. So where would Ethereum be today, guys, if Robinhood hadn't have bought loads of ETH, if Tom Lee hadn't have bought loads of ETH, if even the president of the United States and his children are actively shilling Ethereum and buying Ethereum, where would the price be today if none of these institutions bought? And we have to ask ourselves the question, are people losing interest here, right? Are people losing interest because we're getting massively outperformed by stocks, which is embarrassing considering this is a new emerging market. And I just feel like we're getting some sort of exhaustion here. We have all of the bullish catalysts. And like I said with the Trump thing, sometimes it's the speculation that carries the market, right? The ETFs arrived, BlackRock arrived, the digital asset treasuries have arrived. Robinhood are starting to understand Ethereum, the blockchain, how we can tokenize real world assets. Everything has happened. Like everything we saw these institutions seeing, we wanted them to see. We wanted them to understand the blockchain and how, look, we can do digital art now and we can trade anonymously and we can do all of this. They see it. The speculation has gone now, right? All of the events have arrived, and it's actually, like I said in the Trump video, it's when they arrive that sometimes that marks the top, and that actually potentially institutions could be the exit liquidity this cycle. That might sound crazy. I said retail are getting smarter. We're the ones that have sat here and studied for 5 years, right? We're the ones that have sat through these pump and dumps. We're the ones that watched Elon Musk go on news, shilling Doge, and it would mark to the top of the market, right? So maybe this cycle, institutions are exit liquidity for now. No, I'm not saying they're going to lose, but there could be a scenario where Tom Lee is 50% underwater in 6 months, maybe 60% underwater in 6 to 12 months, right? Maybe he has to sit for a bear market. Do I think he's going to sell? No, I think he's going to carry on. This is a great buying opportunity. Buy the dip. And I think eventually he's potentially going to be in profits. It's just we have to ask ourselves, how much profits is he going to be in? If Ethereum is under the all-time high with all of this adoption, where are we going to be next cycle? What's the catalyst next cycle? We already have the DAT. We already have Robinhood. We already have eToro. The only thing we have next cycle is potential quantum computing hack threats. Okay. Of course, we're going to see more adoption. I mean, we're probably going to have a different presidency. And this presidency is saying buy Ethereum. We're buying Ethereum. We're buying Bitcoin. So we might even have a left-leaning anti-crypto presidency, something we have to take into consideration, because if we get another presidency, they're always going to be bullish stocks, right? We know they love to trade and get in early on those stocks, so we know the stock market is not going to be affected either way. But the past presidencies have been very anti-crypto, so we really have to ask ourselves what catalysts are coming next cycle. for Ethereum, and realistically, where do we see the price targets going? So yeah, really, really concerning. Let me know your thoughts, guys. What do you think about this? Do you think it's being suppressed? Do you think it's manipulated? Or do you think we are genuinely losing interest and have come to some sort of all the events have arrived, time to sell the news catalyst? So huge news from JP Morgan. Another thing I want to mention. JP Morgan is launching a $1.5 trillion initiative to boost critical industries in America. This is huge, guys. 1.5 trillion is no joke, and a lot of people will be paying attention to this, and it's a long-term play, right? And look at some of the industries. Do you see down here? Quantum computing, frontier and strategic technologies, including AI, cybersecurity, and quantum computing. There was no mention of blockchain or crypto here, right? No mention of blockchain or crypto. And you have to think like a bank sometimes. I'm a bank. Bitcoin is a threat. People are using Bitcoin to transact. I'm going to lose a lot of money. The banks are potentially going to lose a lot of money. It's actually in the bank's interest for quantum computing to win here, right? It's in the bank's interest for quantum computing to be able to hack crypto, because a bank can upgrade their security services in a week. There's software companies that are already delivering quantum resistant software to these companies and banks and institutions to protect against it, right? It's not like crypto. They don't run on a network of validators where it takes 3 years to upgrade the system, right? These people are going to be able to do this in a week or so. So it's in their interest for quantum to hack crypto. And where do we see the banks putting their money right now? We see the banks putting their money in gold. Now, I know a lot of you don't want to hear this. You're Bitcoin maxis. I love Bitcoin, guys. I love decentralization. I love taking control of our own assets. It's the main reason I got into crypto. It's F the middleman. It's F the system. But I can't get attached to my emotions. I can't get attached to Bitcoin. I can't get attached to crypto. Look what I done in January. I actually sold my crypto and went and bought stocks, which is totally against what I wanted to do. I wanted to be a maxi. I wanted Trump to go to a $1 trillion market cap, but I couldn't ignore the data. I could see on chain the smart money was selling, the whales were selling. I could see all the signs that the market was going to crash. You have to remove your emotions and think logically. They've just come out and said they're going to put 1.5 trillion into these sectors. Where do you think I'm going to be putting my profits, guys? Where do you think I'm going to follow the smart money, follow the investment money, follow where it's going, and think about what's happened this cycle with target prices and the market, and now this MAC liquidation BS. A lot of people are going to be shaken and scared right now, thinking, wow, some altcoins went to zero, guys, like in the last week. People lost their entire net worths. I saw people on cross margin, smart money traders. I went into their accounts and I can literally see their margin getting added whilst they're asleep, right? Whilst they were asleep, there's a really good trader I follow, and I could see hyperliquid, added margin, liquidated. Right, so he would have woke up, had all these notifications that he was on, because he was on cross, which I think is insane, but their liquidations were so low, they thought they were safe, and they would have woke up to being down 10, 20, 30, 40, 50 million dollars. They've lost a lot of money. It scares them out of the market. They start to de-risk. They start to take money out of the market. They start to get worried that, wow, if they can really rug altcoins like this 90%, do I really want to have so much exposure? Someone holding SUI, let's say someone had $1 million in SUI. Let's say they had $1 million in SUI. SUI wicked down to 0.57 cents. Maybe, I think it went even lower on some exchanges. So let's say you had $1 million in SUI. It went down 80%. That means you woke up and you realized that in the middle of the night, your SUI portfolio went from $1 million to 200K, right? You lost 800K overnight, but then it spiked back up because the market makers and the limit orders kicked in. Someone bought the dip and it spiked back up, and now you're back to $1 million. So you've lost nothing. What are you going to do? Because I'll tell you what, I would either sell all of my SUI and I would de-risk, or am I going to hope that it's not going to come back down $800,000? Because most of the time when you have a wick like this, you're going to either retrace it by 50%, okay? So you retrace 50% of the wick and then you recover, or you're going to come back down and retest that wick at some point or another. This is what usually happens. You either 50% or you retest the bottom. I'm out. I'm out. I'm going to count my blessings. We got Sui, at a very cheap price, below $1. I'm up huge amounts of money. I'm going to count my blessings. I'm going to get out. And I don't care if Sui goes to $5. I don't care if it goes to $6 because now I have this insane amount of risk. And I've just seen that the whole market can flush my entire bag in a single hourly candle. I'm out. Now, I'm not saying that I'm smart money. I'm still retail, guys. I'm just saying that's what I think a lot of whales, a lot of smart money would do personally. And they don't have to sell all their Sui. They don't have to sell all of these altcoins that went down 80, 90%. But they're probably going to de-risk. They're probably going to take some. And I've been looking on chain, and that's kind of what I see. A lot of de-risking, a lot of taking money off the table. Are we in a bear market? Are we in a bull market? Nobody knows, guys. Nobody knows. When is the market supposed to end? Now. The market is supposed to end now. We have been buying crypto since when? We've been buying for so long now. It's been up for like 3 years, guys. I posted about this recently. Let me see if I can find it. Should be on here somewhere. Can't remember where I posted it. Basically, we've been going up for like 3 years now. And yeah, I can't see it here. Oh yeah, here it is. Look, guys, we've had like 3 years of upside. Pigs get slaughtered. It's not been terrible. Perspective is key here. And you can see, look at the prices of Solana. We got Solana at $23.94. I mean, even today in this crash, the price is $181. And there will be people who hold Solana all the way down. Most people, you have to remember, most people in crypto lose. Why do they lose? Because they get to the end of the market when, like, literally the market is supposed to end in 6 weeks. We've been going up for 3 years, but people are still saying to me, "What can I buy? What can I get here? Where can I make some money?" And I'm saying, guys, have you seen what's going on in the market? And can this go up 20%, 30%, 50%, 60%? Yes, absolutely. But look at the price we got, $23.94. Our second sell in January was $250. The price of Solana when we sold in January and when I sold Trump was $250. I think today it's $180 or something. But it's still $180 and it was $23.94. Bitcoin, we were buying more. Okay, so I just put another 1K. So I was buying Bitcoin lower than this. But I was dollar cost averaging into Bitcoin. I think I said I didn't want to buy any more after 30 or 40K. After the ETF was approved, I think I was done. 28K, right? What's the price of Bitcoin today? Guys, it's $111,000. It's massive. It's not gone up as much as we'd like, no, but it has gone up quite a lot. I mean, where was the floor? 16K. It went from 16K to 125K. It's a big run. A lot of people made billions and billions of dollars in a very short amount of time. And this is why most people lose. The smart money take profits off the table, and the naturally optimistic humans and naturally hopeful humans hold and believe. And I don't think this is the end, and all the signals aren't here, and Ethereum is not at 10K yet, and this and this and this, and they hold and they hope and they hope, and they listen to all of the people on social media who are bull posting and frothing, and this isn't it, this is you're gonna miss out. What do you mean I'm gonna miss out? I literally bought the bottom of the market and held and took profits on the way up and diversified into real estate and diversified into stocks. That's exactly what I plan to do. And I plan to do the same thing next cycle. I plan to buy the bottom of the bear market. If anything, I have more tools than ever to buy the bottom of the bear market. And I plan to take profits when everyone's in euphoria again. When we see it, we're going to see the same euphoria that we saw here. We're going to see these same altcoins pumping. We're going to see all of the same signs. We're going to see all of the euphoria. Look at this. Look at the search terms for buy crypto and buy Solana are year one highs. This is when I sold, right? This is when I sold my second part of my Solana. It really doesn't get any easier than this. You had like 10, 15 signs. When all of retail are searching for crypto and buy Solana, that's the time to get out, right? Retail are the exit liquidity. We're going to see all of these same things happen again. Why? Because humans don't change. Psychology doesn't change. Travis Bloom rugged us, right? He's a crypto dev. He launched a meme coin and rugged it. Absolutely insane. We saw more of this actually happening since. Another sign, right? When you start to see like the devs, everything's pumping so much, they want to get some money. They're like, oh man, everyone's making so much money, but me, I'm just a dev making a salary. And then they go and launch and jump on the hype. This is when AI agents were trending, right? And everyone was buying AI agents, and they rug. CoffeeZilla promotes coin on social media, immediately sells coin. I didn't rug. Another big account basically rugged. Will Trump build a crypto reserve? That was another buy the rumor, sell the news. Michael Saylor was buying like crazy. Like there was so many signs, guys. I said here, right? I said we're probably going to break this bull run, this blue trend line here, and then we actually snapped right down. This was on the S&P, and we snapped here and we came straight down, and tanked. Yeah, this is where we sold Solana. Look, $254. Absolutely smashed that. That might have even been the top, guys. That might have been the top. There's a small chance. I say small chance. There's maybe a 50% chance that was the top. Really, really good take profit area that. And just remember the signs we went through. I mean, even look at Render, guys. Render, we took a long here on Render. The price was $850. I took profits from this. I made another $20,000-$30,000 on this Render long. Look, I took a long at $463 and then started taking profits around $8.54, and I was like 10x up on that long. And then we sold here. Look where we sold our first dollar cost average out. We sold Render at $12.30, sold 30% of my Render to the USDC bag. This is for the exit bag. I will not be spending this USDC on new altcoins solely for the exit bag, okay? So I've still got my cash bag ready for the bear market. And Solana's like Render's like $3 today. If we go and have a look at Render. Today. Oh, $2.70. Like I think we sold what? No way, guys. It went to 50 cents. Oh my days. It went to 53 cents. That's scary. We sold at $12.30. We literally sold the top, guys. We bought the bottom and we sold the top. Like, I don't want to say like we nailed it, but insane take profit that was. Insane. $12.30. Like, very hard to do that. It's very, very hard to do that. And especially we bought here, we sold here, we even took another trade here, we sold here. Like every pivot point we pretty much nailed. And it came down to our initial entry. Look at that. Buy alert 0.54. It came back to our initial entry after doing a 25x. Absolutely insane, guys. We've smashed it, man. Like, we've made some mistakes, but this is the biggest thing I'm proud of this cycle is not putting my stable coins back into the market, which is very hard to do because you see all these new coins. Oh, Moonpig, maybe I should take some of my stables and put it back into the market. Biggest mistake you can do, and it's very hard, right? You get the temptation to buy this and to buy that. I'm doing exactly what I've done this cycle, next cycle. I'm going to do exactly the same. I'm going to wait for the bear market. I'm going to wait for the SMC bot to flag up saying buy signals because it smashes the bottom of the bear market, the SMC bot. And we've upgraded it now, so it even gives these green signals. So if we look at Solana, it now gives these green bottom candles. Look at this. You see these bright greens? These are signaling that it thinks you're at a bottom of the market, and it flashed at $13.50 and then $10. And that was the bottom. The buy signal is what we had this cycle. So this is the old function, which is still there, right? It's still going to give us a buy signal, but these should be earlier. These weekly greens should be the literal bottom of the market. And if they don't flash or flag up, I have my buy signal that will flash slightly later. I can't wait. We've got so many more. We've got these greens now. I've got this Glassnode data. We've got so many more tools. The smart money data. And Nansen are killing it with their on-chain data. Nansen are phenomenal, and they are updating their system so much. We've got all of the leverage trade data now. We can see what the smart money are opening, big long positions, big short positions. And so, they're so accurate, right? They're so accurate. We've literally watched Galaxy Digital and Wintermute just clean up, and we can see when they're taking shorts, when they're taking longs. For me, it's all about the data, and I really, I don't think this was luck, right? This was data. I was literally tracking what's his name? What's the KOL they had in Render? Beeple, one of the biggest KOLs in the art space. They had Beeple on as a KOL, and I was tracking his wallet, guys, and I could see him taking profits here. And every time he got sent render, he used to get render sent to him monthly. Every time I tracked his wallet, he would sell, sell, sell. And I was super bullish on render, and I was hoping it could go to $50. But I have to change with the data. If I can see the insiders are dumping millions of dollars, it's because they don't think it's going to go higher, right? And there's no way I would have made some of these. And down here, this is where Arthur Hayes started to buy a lot of render. And some institutions, I saw an institution put $10 million into render here, and it pumped straight after, right? So the on-chain data is so powerful. Shout outs to Nansen, because I don't even think I would have been a millionaire without Nansen. And I'm not just saying that. I'm not sponsored by them. I have a referral code where I get it's embarrassing the amount I get from the referrals. And if you want to sign up for Nansen, use the code SMC to get a discount. I would not become a millionaire without Nansen. How crazy is that? And I wouldn't have made most of these calls without Nansen. When am I selling my final moon bag? Well, I sold my Ethereum. I sold some stuff. I've still got the money I've got in my moon bags is so small right here. Do you know I was putting in $1,000 down here, and by the time I became a millionaire, my plays went to 10k, 20k. I was still kind of broke down here, guys. Like, thinking back, like putting in $1,000, $2,000, and now my plays, my moon bags have got so small now. I'm just like, it's all profits now, right? I've taken profits off the table. It's all profits. It's so small. I don't know. I might wait for the bull run trend line to break. If we lose the weekly on BTC, I think I'm going to sell everything. If we lose the weekly SMC, you see this green moving average. This is where we took our last big long positions, right? We came down and we tested the SMC. I really do think we might lose this, guys. This might be the start of the bear market, but we don't know for certain until we close below this green line. If we close below this green line, it's the end of the bull market, and we're only, how far away are we? How far away are we? So I am in loads of shorts, by the way, now, guys. If you want to see my trades, we're 7% away, guys. I might as well wait, right? We're 7% away. We're either going to bounce here or it's the end of the market. It's a simple trade. If it's the end of the market, I hold my shorts open and it's payday over the next 6-12 months. And if we bounce here, I take a long with a stop loss, right? Nice trade setup. Guys, if you want to join us, if you want to get the SMC bot, so this comes free. See this bot that gives buy and sell signals. It's insane for calling the bottom of the bear market. And it's insane for a lot of things. Day trading, trying to sell tops. We've got these top signal indicators now. It's really, really insane. And yeah, I think I've got a tweet here actually that I can show you guys. Yeah, it called BTC phenomenally the other day. I need to search on my page. I post so much. It should be here somewhere. I can't find it. I'm not going to waste your guys' time. I can't find it. Anyway, if you want to join us, go to my X, search this bottom one, not the top one. Okay, slightly different name. Click on the link here. That's going to take you to my channels, so you can see all my channels. And click on the Patreon. It's going to say join us. When you go into this link, scroll down, it will say join us. And you can join the Discord and jump in with the guys. Look how many bot owners are active right now. We've got 49 people, even just right now. using the SMC bot. I think we have 500 to 600 bot members in the Discord. Guys, we're ranked 34 in the world, by the way. We've absolutely killed it. We're ranked 34 in the world out of 300,000 people on Patreon. We are ranked 34. This is public. You can go and see this. Like, if we scroll to the top is here, right? The top is here. We're literally not far away from the top. And I think by next cycle, we're probably going to be in the top 10, guys. So really excited. We're doing a lot to upgrade the Discord. I'm working on some crazy stuff that's also going to be free. More trading tools, basically. We're getting into AI trading tools, and you guys are going to love them. And I'm not charging anyone any extra money. Everyone who has a membership, everyone who has an existing membership to the Discord is not going to pay any more money. And I've always been that way. The early members of the Discord pay $20, right? See this early supporter, they pay $20. The next wave, Genesis Squad, they pay like, I think $40 or something. And then the bot owners pay $100 or $95 or something. If we do go up in price, none of the guys that are supporting me right now pay any more, right? Some groups I'm in crypto groups as well, guys, right? I want to get as much alpha as I can. I pay $250 a month, right? So maybe we do get to a phase where we are $250 a month, and we've got all of these AI trading tools and mobile apps, and I want to hire a TradFi investor. So you guys know I've hired a pro leverage trader in the Discord who's really good. It's really good for a second point of alpha. He's got a lot of discipline. That's what I love about his trades. He always trades with stop losses, and he never hopes and holds. And his TA is really good as well. So I want to hire more professionals. I want someone who's good at studying the markets, the macro. I really want someone good for the macro markets. Now, I study the macro myself, but I don't have an economics degree. So, more minds are better than one. I think the saying is not one of us is as smart as all of us. Some of the guys in the group are so smart. They've brought us some great alpha. Someone brought me A-Star, right? They said, what do you think about A-Star? And I was like, man, you found an absolute gem. This is it. And then I put a buy alert for it, right? So we've got a great community, all looking for gems, all looking for stocks. Some of them brought me some great stocks that we've ended up being really interested in. We've got a great community here, guys. So if you want to join in, here's where I post my buy and sell alerts. Here's my stocks portfolio. I'm buying some more stocks soon. You can see the guys here in the gain section have been absolutely printing. Big up Cooking John, been making a killing here. Big up Beba Booster, 72% on that A-Star long. Absolutely amazing. All risk-free. Let's see where these go. So that's beautiful, right? I love to see the discipline there. Big up Beba Booster. He's taken his initials out of all of his trades. He can't lose. It's all free money now. I think he's trying to go for a short into the bear market. We started shorting hype at 58. I think it came down to like 30 or something. It might have even gone into the 20s, guys. It's crazy. Big up DJ Mac, long Ondo. Crazy man. I can't long Ondo right now. Big up Narul, 143% on that BTC short. He shorted 125.9k. So this is where I opened my big short, and I made a massive mistake. I closed it. I shorted around 123 to 125k with 2.5%, and it would have returned huge money. Not only that, guys, I think I might have shorted the actual top into the bear market, which is going to kill me if we go into a bear market here, which I think we are. I mean, Sui's collapsing now. I'm short Sui, guy, by the way, guys. I think this is going to absolutely tank into the bear market. Look at that wick. I think we're going to come under this wick in the bear market, guys. I'm so excited for this short. I can't lie. I think we're going to go into the 40s, the 30s, maybe the 20s here because of this wick. I've seen it happen before. When you wick down here, you tend to either revisit or break below in a bear market. And the price today is 268. So you can imagine we come down to like 40, 30, 20. I've got a big short on Sui, and I plan to leave that open for a long time. If you want to join us, you want to see my buy and sell alerts, you want to see my new stocks that I'm buying, the stocks portfolio I'm going to be buying over the next few years. I'm going to be really building a massive portfolio, and it's not going to be things that I'm looking to trade, guys. I'm only buying things that I think can do well over the next 5 to 10 years. and it's literally buy and hold, buy and hold, buy and hold. And unless I see breaking news, the CEO just came out and attacked someone in the high street, right? Unless I see something that says, hey, look, I'm going to take some profits off the table, which is very unlikely. These are buy and hold. I'm not looking to buy stocks that I'm planning to trade and pump and dump, because look at everyone who took profits from IonQ down here. I saw some people taking some profits down here looking for a consolidation or a pullback, and the price has doubled, right? And now they have to try and buy in at double the price, which is very hard to do. They'll sit here going, I'm just going to wait for a pullback, and we could just do exactly what we've done here, right? We could just have a little consolidation and then up to the next leg. And then they're like, wow, I took some profits at 35 and now it's 115, and it might be the next Nvidia, and go and do 100 or 300x. And then you're absolutely in PTSD, a horrible place to be, a really horrible place to be. So I'm just holding, I'm just buying and holding. I'm buying very strong companies that I think can do very, very well over time. Ignore some of these. This doesn't mean it's my portfolio. I am literally have these here because I research into them, and you know, just because you see these here, don't go and FOMO into them, guys. There's a lot of crap quantum projects that are claiming to be quantum that are not quantum and are absolutely milking it. None of the information in this video is financial advice. Do your own research. Investing in crypto is highly risky. You can lose all of your money investing in anything. I'm not a financial advisor, so always do your own research first. Don't forget to like and subscribe on the channel so you don't miss out on any of my videos or updates. We've got a free Telegram. It's completely free, so click the link here if you want to see sometimes I post early insights or market updates or gems that I'm buying there, because I'm not always gonna have time to do the YouTube videos, guys. If you want to join us on the X, head over there. Big ups, guys. Until then, I'll catch you in the next one.